Hey YouTube, that last video just kind of cut out for some reason. I think it maybe sat on the keyboard or something. Here is Wayne's, I can't remember what make is it. It's a KB Tolman handmade in London Telecaster, which is a very pretty Les Paul type maple top on it. I don't think it's any veneer. I think it's that 3mm thick cap all the way over it. Mahogany body, the neck. You can get glimpses of what it's like. It's pure super flamey maple, and I think it's nitro. I think the whole guitar's nitro cellulose as well, and it's got what I think is a Scholler bridge. Kent Armstrong pickups, 3-way toggle switch, kind of like bit like a PT, I suppose. It's got a very thin neck on it. Is that what kind of? Just a rosewood fingerboard. I wanted to put something funny. Now that I'm kind of getting into this, having played a few handmade guitars, one-offs like the Corker and stuff like that, I'm now going to be a bit more better at noticing when things are, because I don't think I was that really super convinced what this was when I got it before. Now it's clearly it's a handmade thing. Yeah, it totally is. Like the neck, it's not a parts caster. You can tell this is not. Somebody didn't buy this body and paint it. No, they cut the body out and everything, because everything on it's just imperfect. The way it is on anything that's handmade, gloriously imperfect. There's not a straight line on it, but everything's done by eye. I do find it really annoying, isn't it, the dots on the top of the fingerboards. I was worried I'd be getting stickers on there or something. Tempted to just put a wee blob of a Sharpie on it. So the strings on this are, I think I put strings on it when I got it in just to make sure it works, but I don't want to. I'm not just being lazy. No. I think Wayne likes to fidget with guitar, so if you get this, he'll have it playing pure amazing. Currently, action's a bit high, blah blah blah. Strings are ancient, and it still plays really good. So with a wee bit of tweaking, it could be a pure world-beating guitar. Let's have a look at the weight actually. Just saying it was, saying that it's even heavier than the Corker. Maybe it isn't. I haven't touched this since this is the first time I've touched this, apart from when I was obviously changing the pickup over or putting the switch in. What's this? It's a 4.38 kilograms. The Corker comes in at just under 4 at a heavy guitar, so this is another 10. It doesn't sound much 10% heavier, but it's totally 10% heavier than that. It kind of reminds me, for that reason, it reminds me of my Washburn Tour 24, which weighs this kind of amount, and it's also like a very much a chunky Telecaster. And even though it's not a super angled edge, but somehow it feels like it. Maybe it's just because it's got binding, it looks different. It doesn't look like, see like the wee cream one there, it's sort of, it feels very rounded. I don't think it is very much. I'm looking at the FGN there, it's a little bit more rounded, but it just feels much chunkier when it's got binding on it. You're just making that, instead of the corner being like that, it's like that. It's just a wee bit. Seems to make a difference. Stop talking and let you hear it. So, original pickups, it only had humbuckers. These strings are so dead, it's sickening. I've had a lot of time spent on it. Again, it's one of those things, it's nice having a really nice telly, but it's like something inherently in the telly, and I know I've got a couple of that kind of don't fall into this category, is it's meant to be two bits of wood nailed together and as simple as possible. Once you start putting the fancy stuff on it, it somehow makes it not a telly anymore. Then both pickups on. Sounds quite good with both pickups on actually. But now we've got Joe Bridge pickup humbucker, now single coil. Certainly makes it more twangy. And then neck pickup. And then both. It's funny how, I was talking about this earlier on, like how a guitar must have got some sort of character, and I don't think it's just in the pickups. I was playing the Flying V actually, and how both pickups, regardless of whether the two pickups aren't connected, one's a Gibson, one's an Ibanez, and they're years apart and all that, but they both have a similar character to their sound, even though they sound different. Kind of like this, see, between like both the humbuckers and when you've got them on single coil mode, this guitar has a sound. Like when it's in humbucker mode or not. Unfortunately, part of that sound just now is dead strings, but it's a very... It's got the sustain, it's really snappy. It's very, very articulate. Like, it doesn't seem to, you know, if you imagine the sound waves coming out, it don't seem to be going whoom. They just go boo. Like it's just like an on or off almost. So I'm going to continue on talking crap just now because I've got to do some more videos. I was annoyed that video cut out, but there you go. So which coil have we tapped to? Have we split out? I started talking about this but got sidetracked when I was talking about the corker. So we're on the bridge pickup. I've just pulled that off the roller saddle. Yeah, so as I say, it's the same as my Schecter bass. Actually, quite a lot of guitar builders use this bridge. Okay, it's awesome, it's Schaller, but see, because they're on rollers, they're not just rollers that the saddles are on. They're rollers on like a bolt. So although it's a roller, you can roll it, and if you keep rolling it this way, it comes this way, and it goes that way. So you can basically, this can perfectly accommodate any width of any string spacing you end up with the guitar you made within. You know, it does, like, I don't know, sometimes you get problems with like the 50mm being on a Yamaha Pacifica or something like that being too small for anything else. Well, this goes down to, you can just push everything in and it becomes a 50mm, or it's a 56, which is bigger than it would normally be. You can expand it all out, so it's kind of the best bridge to have, I suppose, for that reason. Yeah, what's when I'm getting in the neck? Okay, so we're basically... I thought the way this guitar was done, it's kind of... It would make sense if you were buying a set of Kent Armstrong pickups that they would split this way to make it as easy as possible to wire, because it's been done by a human who's thought about it. So yes, Automatics gives you the brightest of the single coils and the best sounding of the neck pickup. So in my case, when I was talking about the way I wired the Cocker, because it's got that super freeway switch in it. So the neck pickup, you're getting this one, which is the neckmost of the two single coils, being the best sounding one. Like your Telecaster neck pickup. A wee bit of distortion on there. It's funny how that distortion pedal works. I wonder is it going to increase when I put it into humbucker mode? Is that wee Joyo British Dream thing? British Dream? Just British sound? Just British sound, whatever it is. Yeah, so it's enough to put the humbuckers into rocking. See, I mean, even in humbucker mode, it's that thing which makes me think it's just like oh, that's a single coil, that's a single coil tone. You tell the characteristics, you put it on the neck, it's still there. It's maybe just really good pickups do that. obviously, the obvious way of doing this, we never actually asked me to do this. I just wanted to do it anyway. Unlike with my Schecter tele, you've got like a push pull on the volume and the tone, so you can have, you know, humbucker the bridge and single coil the neck, vice versa. This is just 6 sounds, 3 humbuckers and 3 single coils. But whereas you would get 9 sounds, is that the other? 8 sounds. So there's an extra 2 sounds. The 2 sounds that you would get by using 2 pots would be humbucker single and humbucker single. I have absolutely no idea where I'm going because there's no fret markings. No, this is a fantastic guitar. I mean, it's like, I hope Wayne still wants it. I mean, if Wayne doesn't want it, I'll take it. I'll buy it off you for the money if you want. You know. Why would I need it? I don't know. See, it sounds like I'm getting like I see like your Mark Knopfler Sir early 90s custom shop guitar feel from this. It totally sounds like the 90s. The strings are a wee bit spanky, but I can totally hear that 90s super rock sound when you're on the humbucker. Must have been single coil. Just kinda... Yes, the other thing I was going to I should do a proper demo of this, but I need to choose strings on it to do a setup, and I want Wayne to do it himself, so he doesn't like it. I don't need any more Telecasts. I don't want it. I don't want it. Stop. No, fuck off. I don't mind. I need it. I don't need it. Another hard belt guitar. I would change the knobs if I like them. Yes. So saying that, yes, I was talking about the coil splitting the singles down. So if you look at these, there is a way to go because I've got like one row of pickups, one row of coils have got screws on them, so they're adjustable pull pieces, and the other one, and the inside ones don't. So that's how you tell. You put the one with the adjustable pull pieces at the bottom, and on this one you put them at the top. So what you want is, when you're splitting it down to single coils, this doesn't matter if you only listen to one, but if you're listening to both of them, you want to choose the opposite wind ones. Yeah, so that they're hum cancelling. So the way you would test that is if you got like a magnet. And on this one, I'm not going to change it if this is not what this one's doing, by the way. So ultimately on this one, it does it you see this pickup sticks to the south coil, but is repelled by the north coil, right? So in this guitar, we're listening to both the outside coil, so hopefully it doesn't stick to that one. It sticks to that one, right? So there you go. That means that when you're in the middle position, you've got the two of them on, they are not hum cancelling. So what you would then, if you wanted them to be hum cancelling, you would move, instead of earthing the ground wire from this, I would flip it the other way around. So instead of listening to this coil, you're listening to this coil, which works twofold. Once it gives you hum cancelling with the neck one. As I said earlier on, I was saying that if you had to choose one of these to listen to, which one sounds better on its own, it's that one, because that's what it should be in a Strat. The same goes for the bridge pickup. If you had to listen to one on its own, which one would it be? It's that one, because that one's just too bright. Just being an extra that much further up makes it a much more usable sound. So ideally you would want it to be coil split to those two. So what I should do, or what Wayne can do, I can't be bothered, no one else would notice apart from me, is I would go in there and reroute the whatever coil split wiring that is. Instead of earthing it, send it to the output of that pickup, to the switch, and that would give you these two, which would be hum cancelling. And when you were listening to them on their own, it would be better to have this one. But on the other side of it, if you're listening to the two furthest apart, that's how you get the hollowest sound. So if I go on to continuing on this, there you go, 15 minutes. I'm trying to, who's trying to take up time so that people don't complain I've not put enough videos out. So if we look at the corker, the only reason I did this is because it's got this 6-way freeway switch, so I'm not hindered by a normal switch. I've got you can do things with the 6-way that you can't do normally. You can basically break into it and you can choose whatever order you want anything to go in, any combination, and the switch will do it. So in here, I have made it so that, did I just turn that off or just stand on it? It's immediately so much less in your face than that guitar. That is on singles though. But even when you're on humbuckers, put new strings on this. I keep thinking of still hearing slight indiscrepancies because it's such a good guitar. I need to get it perfect. It's really annoying me. Like, you wouldn't bother if your Fiat Panda it only goes up to 88 miles an hour instead of 86 like it normally, or 89 like it should do. Whereas if you're a Formula 1 car, no, my Formula 1 car should do 246. It's only doing 240. I need to fix it. You know, that kind of thing. But we're talking about splitting the pickups there, and I was saying that the best sounding of these two, when you listen to it on its own, is definitely the inside one. So the way this one's wired up, when you're on bridge pickup, single coil, it's that one you're listening to, right? When you're, I'm going to have to check and see what this is actually doing. I hope this is right. Yeah, because that's it. No, it's not. I'll just stop talking, won't I? I was obviously thinking about doing some of these things and then not doing them. Yes, this one does inside and outside coils. Also, I think I've got the action too low on this thing. I would actually maybe consider putting a freeway switch in that tele. It'd be worth it, just to get a little bit more out of it. It's kind of funny though, this guitar has, been a little bit off topic maybe. I totally play this with the single coil sounds all the time and rarely use the humbuckers. Even though it's a 2 humbucker guitar, I play it like I don't know, I suppose a bit like an HSS with a coil split, but I very rarely use the coil split. I very rarely have it in bucker modes. So it has 6 sounds, and the ones I use most are inner and outer coils. That's, I can't remember whether it's inner or outer. outer coils, inner coils. Yeah, so this is outer coils, which is the sound that one does. To be honest, what I like, I did this in an Ibanez RG, the one that Pete and Diesel have, an RGX, nope, an RX, is it? The pre-Geo one, it's kind of like a sort of, like the AZ, it's Pacifica type thing. And I put a 3-way blade in that with 2 humbuckers, and it basically gave you humbucker, outer coils, humbucker, and it was just like, there you go, there's the 3 sounds you want. You want the neck humbucker, you want the bridge humbucker, and in the middle you want the stratty, rhythmy sound. And it's like, I thought it was a great system, which I will be doing in many guitars. It just works. It seems so obvious. It's kind of basically what the top run of this guitar is. So you've got your bridge humbucker, obviously better with a bit of the distortion, and then neck humbucker, and then sort of stratty, rock, neck rock, strat rock. I don't really use the other ones, is it? Not that I don't like those sounds though. Oh, neck on its own. But the thing about the super switches, even if it didn't have 6 positions, right? If you had 3 positions, there would be no point. You could basically choose whatever you want. There's that many terminals on it. It's like, it's physically not possible on like a normal toggle switch to have neck, then bridge, and then neck, then bridge. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't have it, like the neck in the middle position has to be the mix of whatever the outside do. So if you look at it as like, the terminals go 1, 2, 3. All it can do is connect 1 or 3, or 1 and 3 at the same time. It can't connect 2 and 3, 1 and 3 together. It's like it can't do that. Whereas on this, with the super switch, you can put anything in any order. One of my pals used to have always have these great ideas about wiring. So I just with your normal 5-way switch, I wanted to do that, but also but you wanted to do series and parallel in this position. So you get like position 1 would be bridge humbucker, position 2 would be bridge single coil, position 3 would be these 2 together in series, and position 4 would be just the neck pickup, and then you're like, yeah, whoa. It's not just a case of thinking what you would like it to do and then just doing that. It's like the switch only does certain things. It's not possible to have like a 5-way lever switch has got basically got 3 terminals for your neck, middle, and bridge pickups. That's all you can do. There's no way of getting the 2 outside ones or using them for getting 5 different sounds. You can't. They're not there. Whereas with this 3-way switch, does do all that stuff if you can be bothered working out how to use the Werdo diagrams for this one. That did what I wanted them to do. The way this was wired was crazy. It didn't make any sense. It was definitely not like this. It had I think that the bridge pickup was always on as a humbucker, and then all the other positions added in this one in series, then in parallel, then in single coil in parallel, and then it was like sitting there now tapping at the screw. What the hell's going on? And in one of the positions, it was not. It didn't make any sense. I think what had happened is whoever it was wired it, probably Mr. Corker, and maybe why he sold it was he'd done it, and it just basically it worked. He'd followed the one diagram he could find to get that sound, even though that's not really the sound you would want. I don't think. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to going down to Englandshire, see what's happening down there. The weather seems to have turned a little bit. It's a wee bit nicer today. But nice to get away. Although I've been talking. I'm driving soon as it's a works outing. I've got to drive, so. But no panda going though. See, I'm just a wee bit buzzy. The problem is I never really. See, if I got a guitar that was totally not working, it kind of wasn't working when I got it. But in Pennsylvania, it wasn't playing fantastic. I could tell there was a guitar in there going, wake me up, love me. Could tell it was there. And then by the time when I brought it back, it obviously had been through some humidity. It took a wee while to adjust, and I kind of started messing about with it to get it playing so I could play it. I've not actually done the proper, fret polishing and just getting it absolutely perfect because I wanted it to settle, but I've just been playing it that much. It's just got the best neck in the world. Or the best looking neck. I mean, that whole of having that maple stripe, and the bit I can see, the bit I want. And you can see the fret markings on the side of it. I'll go for my downside of this one. I wonder if it was made by someone who didn't play. I mean, it's a total proper. It's just, I don't want to say it's bland. It's not. It's very fancy. It's like it doesn't compare to this. But this is, if I hold it like that, is that this one will sell much quicker than this one. Like when Bill got these, he got 2 teles, which probably kind of looked a bit like this, you would think, because it's quite common to get teles that are kind of like this. And the two Corker teles sold in like a week for $1,500, and then nobody ever showed any interest in this one ever. Even though the other Corkers I've seen maybe in total another 4 or 5. And a few of them were, this kind of understated, not understated, still very expensive. It's still got, the reveal binding, it's got the fancy woods, but it's relatively unshow-offy. And then you get this one with its, ridiculousness of like just wee details, wee stupid details that I can't stop looking at. The fact it's one piece of burl, and it's look at that neck joint, it's just mental. All this stuff, and then this fancy inlays and shit. So this one must have cost must be taking twice as much time to build as the Telecasters, but not the one people wanted. I don't know what my point was there. Nah, this is totally my guitar. I mean, this one is armed with sentimentality as well. Like, regardless of what one it was, it just reminds me of going to Pennsylvania and being out BL Guitars and eating scrapple and standing with my purple denim jacket on, smoking dodgy fags that I'd made up out of like a rolling machine thing and loose tobacco on the corner of the main street in Harrisburg. And looking at this guitar and seeing it in the window in one of my videos, a live stream. Start looking at what's in the windows. That one there's called a Corker. It looks mental. I've not had a close look at it yet. And then the following day I did get a wee look at it. I took it down. I was like, Jesus, look at this. You don't see it from a distance. It's amazing. I don't know, it's been a while. I think it's totally, it's got its place secured as my best guitar. The main one. For all those reasons. I'm maybe just getting a bit more into, I don't know, the character of guitar sounding right wanky these days, isn't it? But now I started playing more notes and bending them more. I just seem to get such a boost playing the guitar. I think I'm just loving everything. Why am I suddenly refreshed in guitar playing and really trying to play other things and really enjoying playing for much longer times? I don't know. But guitar playing's fucking amazing. Maybe it's just been a bit, I don't know, maybe the trick is to try and choose things that you feel accomplished doing. If it, maybe I kind of stopped setting any sort of targets, really, which is kind of, you know, oh, I'm going to wait to try and do that. I realised that I can't really learn things in a sequence. You know, it's like trying to learn, I can learn a solo for comfortably numb or whatever, but it would take a long time, as opposed to if I just learn where it is and try it, I can maybe just play something that fits in but has a bit of improvisation to it. I can improvise over it. I keep finding like sequences of just one or two notes. You can't have a sequence of one note. Sequences of like 2 notes and 3 notes, and then going, oh, and then trying to find something out of 3 notes. Well, they sound quite good together. It's just like, yeah, well, pretty much there's lots of sequences of 3 notes, and then trying to doing them different ways, going up the way and then going down the way, and then yeah. So I hope should put that guitar back on again. Oh, Wayne gives this guitar gets a good run for its money. He paid far too little for it. It's a shame. I actually bought a guitar off the same guy. When I went back next time, it was just a wee gold Strat. I think I paid like 40 quid for it or something like that. And it's like, yeah, it's fine, but this was the one he sold first. He didn't really want that much more for this. And you're like, yeah, that's... It's actually very light, the cork. I just can't live without having the dots on it. It's totally got its own sound. Doesn't sound like the corker at all. Wow, it's mucking it. I've got the feeling that see with a new set of strings and a little bit of, let's be honest, the corker very much went through this as well. It had been hanging up in a window for 3 years in direct sunlight. I could tell there was a guitar in there. It wasn't ready to fully show itself yet. It took a few weeks of, so it took a journey to Scotland and a few weeks of playing it for it to suddenly start going, okay, I'll let, start to let down its barriers a little bit. This will be the same. This just needs played. It needs new strings and it needs played a lot. And I think it'll turn out. I mean, it's in amazing condition. There's a little bit of scoring on the front here, but apart from that, it's pretty much the neck's amazing. It's actually got a little bit sticky on the back. I think it's just nitro. I wonder if there's something spilt on it. It was just nitrocellulose. Yeah. Don't know. I mean, it's probably 20 years old, something like that. But it's a handmade guitar. Maybe, I don't know. There is something to be said for the understated look of it. You know, it's like, there's not very much on a telly. And it does look cluttered. I mean, if you look at that one, it looks cluttered. As soon as you put another pickup in it, it's like, oh my god, there's so much stuff going on, I can't understand it. But this is like, there's less kind of, maybe a scratch plate. Or, I don't like this white poker chip. It needs to be not, and I don't like I think maybe black knobs. Black metal knobs and a black poker chip with a black on it, or a silver one or something, just to make it perfect. It does have a string tree on it. Handmade in London and just put on with a Electroset thing. Wonder who the maker was. My pal's actually got a pal Ivor's got a bass with a Telecaster headstock, like a P bass thing that's made by some dude down in England. It's fucking something Harrison. It's pure amazing. It's the best bass he's got. And he's like, oh, that's great. And it's like that bass, pure. Like, okay, I mean, he's got like a Roadster bass, and he's got like he's got a Schecter and stuff like that. But I mean, that bass there, there's only one of them. It's got something mental going on, like the way the Corker does. I can't remember. Is it got like a maple fingerboard and a rosewood neck or something like that? It's like one of those ones that's not the normal combination of neckwoods. It's the wrong way round. Yes. So anyway, that's a few videos done. So whatever day it is, I'll be back on. Whatever day it is, there might be some live streams if I should be following Jennifer Armstrong on Facebook, and I'll be in the. I can't be bored with Facebook. I'll probably be in the photos or taking the photos, one of the two. Don't know. See what happens. Rock on.